All right, welcome to Licking Heights Middle School, English Language Arts, Room 116, 2020-2021 school year. This is the craziest situation I've ever been a part of. And guess what? This might be no, you know what? I should take that back. I did once go to a goat roping and a county fair, so that might have been crazier. But my point is, in the realm of education, I don't know, man. This is crazy. But all I need you to do is stick with it. If you can stick with it, we'll get through this. By the time mid-September comes, we're gonna be hitting on all cylinders, and that's good. So, Licking Heights Middle School Central. Licking Heights Middle School, Room 116, English Language Arts. I am Mr. Neiman. I'm gonna introduce one of my co-teachers here in about 10 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to give you some of our expectations for this class, as well as introduce you to my classroom, which is Mr. Incredible, Elastigirl, Frozone. His wife is my favorite character. This is Violet, and this is Dashiell and Jack Jack. And then my wife bought me these, and if you've never seen this movie, you should really check it out. This is from Inside Out. So that is me in a nutshell. Actually, this would be me in a nutshell. But my point is, thanks, Miss Thompson. Thanks for laughing. I appreciate that. I can't see their faces. I'm Mr. Neiman. I'm going to be your English Language Arts teacher for this year. Whether we're doing it this way for all of 2020, 2021, whether we go hybrid mode eventually, or if we end up actually coming into this school and having traditional school the way we normally do, I'm your guy for English Language Arts, and I want to make it happen. So until the day comes that you're actually in my class, this is how we're going to do things. With that in mind, there have to be some expectations that Ms. Thompson and I deliver that you adhere to. So first and foremost, there are two terms that you may have heard: synchronous and asynchronous learner. If you are a synchronous learner, that means in real time, like you're doing right now, I'll be delivering a lesson, and you'll be sitting there and you'll be hearing the lesson and you'll be doing the activity like we're about to do here in about 15 minutes. If you're asynchronous learner, because you have two other siblings who are also in school and they get the morning slot and you have to get the afternoon slot, then you are not doing it in real time and you're doing it at your own pace. Either way, I need you to do a few things. Number one, every single morning, every time you get access to a computer, you need to go to our school's PLP page. I'll have that in the Google Classroom. If you don't have a Google Classroom code, just email me. All you have to do is let me know what period you're in and I will get you that information. Then you could be in the Google Classroom. Then you have access to how to log into the school's PLP page. The school's PLP page is kind of like your landing spot. You, as a distant learner, a virtual learner, you don't have announcements coming over the loudspeaker. You don't have everyone in front of us. We're not taking attendance because you're not in front of us. So we have to do that a different way. What we've done is we have created a situation in which you will go to this page every morning. You will fill out the attendance form, which asks some questions like, what's your first name? What's your last name? What's the date today? Are you feeling okay? Is there anything you need us to know? Then you hit submit. At that point, you'll go to your first period, you'll go to your second period, you'll go to your third period, you'll do your day. If you are synchronous, like you are now, you'll be tuning in when I'm saying it, okay? Braylon is just now entering. I tried to hit admit. There. Welcome, Braylon. You'll be just like you're doing now. If you're asynchronous, you'll be doing it later. But either way, you're getting the content. I, in an effort to reach you where you are, will be taping every lesson I give for the day. So first period, I'll take my lesson. If I don't like that, I'll go second period. And then at the end of the day, I'll upload it to my YouTube channel. That means if for some reason you woke up late, you had to go somewhere, you'll see the lesson provided on the YouTube channel, and you can pause, hit play at your convenience. You can wait till you get it and then keep going forward. So that's a good thing. That school's PLP page is everything you need. It is your home base. It is everything you need. So you need to know how to get to that. If you need access to it, I have access through my Google Classroom, which if you need that, please send me an email. Please send me an email. Next up, if you participate during the synchronous learning, I need you to be participating. If I ask a question, feel free to answer. If I ask you to do something, you have to do it right then and there. Also, complete all assignments on time. This is where I believe you are going to grow up faster than the rest of the world has before. You're going to be asked to, as an 8th grade student, maintain discipline for a timeline that is given to you. It's not your timeline. It's only yours because you've accepted it from us. So what I need you to do is take that mantle of responsibility and make sure that you're completing all your assignments on time. Next up, if I ask a question, if I send you a message, I need you to respond to that message. And I'll give you a tip or a hint or some insider info. You cannot continue. If I send you a message, you cannot continue to do your assignments unless you respond to me, or at least you acknowledge that you got the message. This next one is huge all the time. Whether we're doing this virtually, whether we're doing a hybrid, or whether you're here, everybody's here in school, you need to understand this. You need to read the directions carefully and thoroughly before even attempting to complete the assignment. Why do I say that? Because if I give you 2 or 3 questions and you only answer 1, automatically the best you can get is a 33%. P.S. That's not good. That's not good. So that is for PLP. The last one I'm going to say, and this goes for anything in this situation. Anytime you need a question, send me an email. Anytime that you're feeling overwhelmed, send me an email. You have to do that. As I mentioned to my last class, and I thought it was a good statement, there are times that you're going to be frustrated, and I'm okay with that because I get frustrated too. But I don't let that frustration paralyze me. Your desire to know how to complete a task or to get an answer to a question has to be greater than your frustration. You have to drive on, you have to grow some grit, whatever that term is that fits with you, you have to be able to do it. Because I would venture to say that many of you are doing things now as a 13-year-old that you were not doing when you were 6. How does that happen? You continually do it. You continually do it. And again, if you keep doing this, by the time September hits, you'll be just fine. Don't quit. That's my thing. Next up, in our Zoom meetings, I'm asking from this day forward that you enter the Zoom meeting with your microphone muted and your video off. And we learned this first period. I said I wanted to see your faces, and I do want to see your faces. However, the technology does not allow us to conduct a class in a beneficial manner if everybody's video is on. So we turned off the videos and I started back. There was like a 30 to 40 second lag, which is unacceptable in my brain. If you're taking part in a synchronous learning, remember that's joining us right now. Every day at 9:15 you show up. If you're doing that, I'm asking that you are on time. You're also prepared with any materials that you may need. If I tell you to bring a writing sample or something, or if I tell you to read a passage, I don't know what it is. But if I tell you to bring something, I need you to bring that. The way I handled it in my home as a parent, I told my son and daughter, listen, if we're going to be doing this, I need you to have all your materials at one spot. No one else is allowed in that spot. and this is your spot. My daughter wanted to go underneath the table. I'm okay with that. I'm totally down with that. You have to find a spot that's yours. Make sure you've got pens, pencils, whatever you need, paper. Your assignments are done there. This way they always stay right there. That's just a little tip from Mr. Neiman. Next up, again, make sure your voice, your microphone is off and your video is off. Also, in the event that I do ask you to turn your video on, please come dressed for success. That means have a shirt on, do your hair, put your makeup on, wear your glasses, whatever you got to do. I'm even going to go as far as brush your teeth. Can I smell your breath through this? No, but it's just common courtesy. Last but certainly not least, be respectful. We're going to do an activity after I have Ms. Thompson introduce herself. We're going to do an activity. Please be respectful. And as 8th grade students, you guys are 2 years away from driving 1 and 2 ton vehicles at high rates of speed. I should be able to ask for the responsibility that you would be respectful. Without further ado, we are going to have a second teacher in our classroom. Her name is Ms. Thompson. I'm going to turn the floor over to her. Ready? Go!
Did we do it?
Yes!
All right.
I think we did.
I didn't get that cool message like last time.
Oh, yeah, here it comes. I'll make sure we do it right. Let's do it right, okay? Here we go. More. Okay. Here. Make host. Bink. Yes. Oh, you're the host now.
Okay, I feel better now. Good morning, everybody. Some of you I know, some of you I don't know. My name is Ms. Thompson. This is my 3rd year here at Looking Heights. I'm about 22nd year of teaching. So Mr. Neiman and I will be co-teaching this class. I'll be here to help all of you. And, like Mr. Neiman said, we're going to fake it till we make it. And if you're confused, then you're in the right place, because we're confused too. And it's perfectly okay to, at the end of today, to kind of look at each other and go, I have no idea what's going on. That is perfectly okay, because that's how we figure things out. And the more we do this, I guarantee by this time next week, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable with this. And all this kind of confusion is going to be to the side, because coming in this morning, I was a mess. I had no idea what was going on. And by the end of 2nd period, I think, I still don't know everything that's going on, but I feel a lot more comfortable. And I feel like I had a few ahas of, oh, okay, that's what I have to do. So be patient with yourself. Give yourself time. Don't expect to feel like you got everything down pat by the end of the day. This is a totally new situation for everybody. There is no finish line yet. We'll figure it out. And if you ever have any questions or concerns, you can email Mr. Neiman or I. You can send us a little message. It's like, hey, I'm just not getting it right now. I would suggest, though, not doing that today, because there's a lot you're not going to know, and that's okay. We will get you through this one step at a time. And I'm going to hand it back to Mr. Neiman now.
Excellent. Thanks, Ms. Thompson. And we're going to do an activity right now. And let's see, how do I take back the reclaim host? I have now reclaimed the host, and we're going to do an activity now. When you log on to PLP, at the very bottom, you're going to see an assignment, a lesson. Don't worry about that today. Do not worry about that. Tomorrow and then Wednesday, when we're not here, you're going to be working on something, and you're going to finish it up on Thursday, and then we'll go into those lessons. So here's what I want right now. I need to get to know my students, and with you not here, we're going to have to do this a different way. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to utilize our ability to communicate on this particular device. So if you hover the faces and whatnot, you'll see something down there called chat. And it apparently Affamates and Jacqueline have already done this. So they're ahead of the curve already. So there's a chat function. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to imagine yourself sitting on a park bench somewhere. You're sitting on that park bench with someone you know, who you've grown up with. It could be a friend your age. It could be an older sibling or a cousin. It could be a parent. It could be an aunt or an uncle. But You're sitting on that bench, just you two, and you're going to ask this question to the person sitting next to you. Mr. Neiman says you have to describe me using 3 words. You have to describe me, my personality, who I am, and using only 3 words. And then that person's going to reply, and I'm going to have you follow me with what I'm going to type in here. So I'm going to type what I asked my wife. I asked my wife, I said, sweetie, if you could describe me in 3 words, what would they be? And this is what she said. That is what she said. She said energetic, positive, and outgoing. So those were the 3 things that described me. And guess what? I believe those are absolutely correct. So now I'm going to turn it over to you. You are going to write to everyone your 3 attributes that somebody would use to describe you. And we're going to begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, yes. Nice job. Nice job. One more time, just so we're clear. The chat function, if you hover, for me, it's the 3rd one. It's next to share. It's next to manage participants. But I don't know what it is on your end. But there's a chat function somewhere in there. And I want you guys to chat. Not everybody at once, though. Now, Jacqueline, I know you know how to do this. For real, for real. Way to go, hey, Jose. My name's not Gabe. I like it. Clumsy. Oh, I appreciate respectful. Maya, artistic. That's what I need to hear. And it there's another one. Okay. Hyper. Hey, we're going to get along well. I'm hyper.
Honest.
And honest too. Ooh, mysterious. I love that. Short. Hey, don't worry. Brooklyn, I was 5'4" when I entered high school. I got shoved in a locker. I was less than 100 pounds, but I actually hit puberty when I was 20 years old. So it happens, just for some of us later. Athletic. Cooper, I hope that you're involved in the sport. If you are athletic, we need you representing the maroon and gold. 20? What does 20 mean? Yeah, trust me. 20. I was 20 years old. I was a year in the Army when I was like, what is this stuff on my chin? It ended up being a beard. Yeah. Caring, sensitive. Oh, Addison, what a kind way to state that. Sensitive. That's so much better than nice. What a better word than nice. Well, I'll tell you what, hey, Lily, it's a lot of it has to do with your gymnastics. I will be honest with you. But in the fact that your mom's probably 4'11". So all that to say, oh, Isabel, thank you for saying caring too. Good job. Hey, these are great. These are wonderful. So
Honest, I like that.
I love that. I need people who are honest. 5'3". All right, so this is great. So what we have here, people have not only given their 3 things, which is exactly what I asked for, there were some side conversations going on there too. And as much as I have to be careful with how much side conversation happens, I don't mind every now and again. And there's a way that you can do that privately. Instead of saying to everyone what your comment is, you can just send it to one person. So that's pretty cool too. For the most part, that is all that I have. So we only have about 10 minutes left, 12 minutes left in this particular Zoom session, but I'm willing to shut it down. And what I want you to walk away with is something that is very near and dear to my heart. It's called As a Man Thinketh, and this will be the last thing I leave you with because it is exactly what we're going through, and I need you to listen up. This is the one piece I'm going to leave you with, okay? A person's mind may be compared to a garden, which may be intelligently and directly and purposefully cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether it's cultivated purposely or neglected, it must, given the rules of nature, and will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, like tomatoes or jalapenos, then an abundance of useless weeds or seeds will fall in there and will continue to produce of their kind. Just as a gardener cultivates his plot of land, keeping it free from weeds and growing the flowers and fruits which he requires, so may a person tend to the garden of his mind, getting rid of all the wrong and useless thoughts, and rather cultivating it toward the flowers and fruits of right and useful thinking. You are about to embark on the craziest school year that you will ever encounter. You can either quit or you can drive on, or you can get tough and you can move forward. What I would ask is that when your mind says, look, I think I should quit, don't do that, but rather send me an email. Mr. Neiman, I'm at my wit's end. I can't take this anymore. Great. Let's have a conversation about it and let's work through it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Be the landlord of your mind. Be the gardener, the master gardener in your mind. Okay? Take care of those thoughts. Have a great day. Ms. Thompson, anything left?
I'm all good.
All right. Thank you, guys. Third period. Have a great day. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye. In meeting for all. See ya.